drain to the county. And I want to thank the manager for taking the action to do that. I know the public wasn't happy with the quickness with which that transpired, which I understand, but it's also how we always complaining about how slow government works. And then when we react to something in more of a business-like time frame, we get the other side of the coin of people that weren't happy that we reacted too quickly. But it was a dire situation that the airport was in. I hope the public understands that. I don't think we did anything to try to exclude anybody from the conversation. We just needed to act quick. And again, I just want to thank the county manager for that action. I do believe that in the long run, people will be very happy with what the county is doing as far as the Angel Fire Airport is concerned. Other than that, I think that right now we'll continue to work on, as a matter of fact, I have a meeting on Thursday to try and generate some grant funds for forest thinning throughout Colfax County and fire mitigation process. And so hopefully we'll be able to get some of the money that's out there, bring it into Colfax County, and work with the challenges in Colfax County and Lake Towson County is our percentage of forest land is much higher as far as privately owned. And of course, as the gentleman spoke earlier, the government, it's a lot easier to deal with the government and grant process when you're talking about government-owned property versus privately held property, especially in the state of New Mexico with the anti-donation issues. But I do think we're working through those. I think the Calf Canyon fire was a wake-up call in Colfax County, and I'm just glad to see that there is many of our constituents that are reacting to try and prevent that type of disaster in our county. Also, Mr. Chairman, I would like to, we did have money in the budget for the EMS services, and I would like to be able to ask through you that the county manager draw up some sort of agreement, MOU, resolution, I'm not sure of the proper format of the document, that we would be using to get local EMS services to sign in order to make the payments that we had budgeted to those entities. I don't want to just give them the money. I think we need to have assurances that they're going to spend the money on EMS. They, of course, need to be certified EMS providers to get the money. And again, the key is making sure that our constituents are well served with EMS services. With that said, I'm also very excited to announce, if you haven't heard already, that the Eagle Nest did relaunch their EMS services. You know, they were on hold when they had lost the personnel that were operating them, and they hired a new person who reopened it as of the 1st of this month. And so they're fully operational now. And so that's great news. That's all I have. Thank you.
Yeah, to finish up with your what you just asked, I think the county manager, we will be talking with you and put either an MOU or resolution to see exactly how they want to be spending that money. Wasn't it 50,000? 40,000 for each village for the purpose of EMS, whether it be training, whatever they're going to use it for. We need to get something drafted up for them to see how that money is going to be spent. Yes, sir. Commissioner Perdue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to just, I want to thank the county manager as well for proceeding and dealing with that airport issue. I think it's been a topic of conversation for a long time at these meetings, and I want to echo Commissioner Weir's thoughts on that. I'm glad that it's being out of the hands of Colfax County. I don't think that that's the position that this board should have, is own anything. I mean, how we get funded is by those people operating within the county, paying taxes and things of this nature, and that's how it comes back to us. I mean, it behooves us to do that. If we owned it, we wouldn't receive any taxes or any funding whatsoever from that stuff, so I think that should always be our thought process. And thank you, Monty, for proceeding with that, and I really want to try to, get this mining project going forward. I think that's something that would be very beneficial to the county. I think it's, if somebody wants to come in and do something in Colfax County at no cost to us, I mean, how much better does that get? So I think that we'll need to move forward with June on that stuff, and let's get it moving, and let's get it done. That's it, Mr. Chairman.
Unanimous that county manager for stepping up and when he took over as county manager, I mean, there was a lot of things going on in this county that a lot of the public has no idea. I had asked, years ago for this, for a county manager, a previous county manager, I always thought that's what was going on until we found out there was nothing going on with it. And, so I've got to thank Monty for doing that, in meeting with the people at the Angel Fire Resort to get this done. I concur what the other commissioners say is, it was never our intent to close that down. But I think as we have a fiduciary duty as county commissioners to look to see where we could cut or do whatever we need to do to make sure we're not throwing money away, taxpayers' money's away, and we're spending a lot of money there. It was always a concern. And we're looking at, at the budget, to give our employees more money per hour to hold on to them. It's very tough with that budget. We don't have a big budget. And so I think it's going to be a little bit easier once all this is done and said so. And I'm glad you all have stepped up to on this RFP and looking forward to doing whatever we can to get this thing done and get it over with and helping in that area. The only other thing that I have is myself and Robert and Nick attended the memorial for Jude Trujillo. He was our IT guy. He passed away August 27th. He worked for this county for about almost 2 years. He found out after about working here a year, he got cancer. It got worse and worse for Jude, and Jude was a member of the National Guard. He was a member of the Marine Corps. After he came out of the Marine Corps, he went to Australia, got married, had a couple of kids, stayed there for many, many years, and he came back to Raton, to his hometown, and he was our employee here at the county. And it's too bad that Jude contracted this cancer and it took him quick. But I want to say that I was very proud of Nick and myself and Robert for attending, because his son, Jude's son, got up there in that Australian accent. It was really neat to listen to him and talk about his father. He mentioned that that Jude had a lot of names, a lot of nicknames, whether it was Pa, Father, Hito, or Asshole. But that's the way Jude was. Jude was a no-nonsense type of guy. He was pretty straightforward with what he had to tell you, and I just want to thank everyone for, if you would keep that family in their prayers, because they do need the help, and pray for Jude once in a while if you remember. That's all that.
As far as the manager's docket, first of all, I just want to thank the confidence expressed by the commission for me. Very much appreciate it, and very touching and heartfelt. I think for what the kind words. So thank you very much. I do have some good news. I have been in touch with Tyler Fawcett, and he is once again New Mexico GIS E911 coordinator. And in looking into our GIS and E911, as I have presented to the commission in the letter from Mr. Fawcett. Of the 5,000 entries he had looked at, 2,000 mistakes were present. Colfax County is also required to do monthly reports, and in the last 4 years, we've only done 3 reports. So we are taking positive, proactive action to correct that. You have Mr. Tyler Fawcett will be here on Monday the 19th, and he will be working with our new E911 coordinator. We have made arrangements with the state. He's going to catch up all of the mistakes and correct those. We have 2 people that are going to be attending that training. One is Virginia,